What makes a rock icon? Legend, icon, GOAT. Rocks had a few fit that description. Names that need no introduction. Like McCartney, and Bowie, Plant, and Jagger. Is Dave Grohl one? What criteria do we judge by? Rock icons have 4 things in common. First, cultural impact. Did they change music direction or influence the culture? Second, songwriting. Did their songs influence future artists? Third, a generational voice. Did they capture the feeling of their era? Some artists' songs are like soundtracks for their generation. And fourth, longevity. Real icons don't just come and go, they stay relevant. Of course, there's tangible markers too. Multi-millions in album sales, Grammy Awards, sold-out stadiums, and dominating the rock charts for years. But stats don't create legends. Cultural influence does. So the question is, does Dave Grohl meet that criteria? In this modern era, where rock music itself is struggling to stay relevant, could he actually be rock's last icon? Ironically, one moment almost made that question irrelevant. To understand why, we look back. By the late 1980s, rock had a problem. The scene was overindulgent glam metal. Huge hair, flashy guitar, massive stage shows. But young listeners weren't relating. It became polished, commercial, unrelatable. Watered-down power ballads driven by keyboards were vogue, but up the coast, underground music was brewing. Bands blended punk aggression with heavy distortion and relatable lyrics. It sounded raw, real. That movement soon became grunge. Then, in 1991, Nirvana released Nevermind, and Smells Like Teen Spirit exploded across radio and MTV. Overnight, the underground sound of Seattle became the voice of a generation, and at the center of it was Kurt Cobain. But behind the drum kit was a young drummer named Dave Grohl. And his story was just beginning. For Nirvana, success came fast, too fast. By 1994, the pressure surrounding Kurt Cobain had become overwhelming. Fame, expectations, and personal struggles playing out in public. Then, in April of that year, the unthinkable happened. Kurt Cobain was gone. Millions of fans felt like their voice had suddenly fallen silent. And for Dave Grohl, it meant something else. His band that changed rock music was done. Grohl faced a question. What do you do after your band is gone? After Nirvana ended, Dave Grohl was lost. For months, he considered walking away from music. But then, he did something unexpected. He went into a studio alone and recorded a whole album by himself. He played the drums, the guitars, the bass, and sang every vocal. Those recordings would become the first album for the Foo Fighters. At first, Grohl didn't put his name on the project. He was moving on. But what happened next surprised everyone. At first, Foo Fighters felt like a side project. But it didn't stay that way for long. Through the late 1990s and early 2000s, the band kept growing. Bigger tours, bigger crowds, and a string of rock anthems that dominated radio. Songs like Everlong and Best of You turned Dave Grohl into something new. Not just a great drummer, a frontman, a songwriter, and one of the few musicians who had helped define 2 different eras of rock music. By the 2010s, Foo Fighters weren't just successful. They were one of the last true stadium rock bands. Dave has become something rare. Not just a great musician, a spokesman for rock. He jammed with legends across generations, began telling rock's story, documenting the history. He's not playing rock star. He wants to preserve rock's legacy. So, is Dave Grohl the last true rock icon? Well, we have to look at rock now. In the past, a few artists could dominate the culture. Today, music is everywhere. Not just on the radio, streaming, videos, social media. This world rarely creates rock icons, and yet for over 3 decades, Dave Grohl has stayed on top, surviving its changes, carrying its spirit forward. Is he the last? Time will tell. But one thing is certain, Dave Grohl's an icon.